A Fox News exclusive, an illegal immigrant with a history of drunk driving charged with murder after the death of an 8-year-old girl in a car crash. Now, that girl's mother is demanding justice. Matt Finn has more from our Los Angeles newsroom. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Griff, and that little girl's father is a U.S. Marine. His name is Oscar. He was driving the family car. Right now, he's being treated in the hospital here in California. Now, Oscar's wife tells us that he's in and out of consciousness after the car their family was in was pulverized.
I have a lot of emotions that I never thought I'd feel in my life, that no parent should ever feel.
8-year-old Aria Cruz Asensio was killed on a family car ride home in San Diego County after a Thanksgiving visit, when authorities say an intoxicated illegal alien from Guatemala crossed a double yellow line and crashed head-on into the family's car, driven by U.S. Marine Oscar Cruz Asensio. Oscar had to have a leg amputated above the knee and is fighting to recover from a traumatic brain injury at the Naval Medical Center in San Diego.
We didn't deserve it. Nobody does.
Oscar's wife, Jackie, is unable to walk right now, recovering from a horrific foot injury. Jackie's 2 sons survived. She describes the moment she realized her daughter did not make it.
I didn't see her breathing. She just looked like she was sleeping. But at that moment, I wasn't thinking like, oh, she's dead, you know? I just kind of didn't think about it. And then it kicked in when they told me, and I was like, oh wait, she's really gone. And I'm still processing that. And I'm sad and I'm angry.
Prosecutors have charged the illegal alien 25-year-old Brian Jose Alva Rodriguez with murder and DUI charges. Rodriguez has 2 prior DUIs and was ordered to deport, but did not.
I cared very deeply for these people that want to have a better life. I really do. But I have no sympathy for the driver that hit me and my family. I don't. I'm angry, and he shouldn't have been here in the first place.
The suspect, the illegal alien, was arraigned in the hospital. He remains in the hospital right now. He's scheduled to appear in court next week, and there is a GoFundMe to help this military family. Griff.
Heartbreaking. Matt Finn, live for us in L.A. Matt, thank you. Sandra?
Tricia, the criminal file of that Guatemalan citizen linked to the death of that 8-year-old girl, sadly, Brian Jose Alva Rodriguez, 25 years old, illegally entered the U.S. in 2018, Tricia. DUI charges in 2020 as well as 2021. An immigration judge ordered deportation. In 2023, he obviously did not leave. Will there be justice for that little girl?
We will make sure that there is justice for that little girl. This is just so gut-wrenching. This individual had not 1, but 2 prior DUIs. That means he was in custody. As we speak, Sandra, there are 27,300 criminal illegal aliens in California's custody. Hundreds of murders in their custody. And yet, Gavin Newsom and their sanctuary city politicians will not let ICE into those jails to take those criminals and get them the heck out of our country. We need justice for this family, and we will work every single day to get that. ICE has lodged a detainer on this individual. It's still yet to be seen if that will be honored, but that's exactly why we're doing what we're doing, Sandra, which is flooding the zone with our ICE and CBP law enforcement, and to make sure that we are getting these individuals off of our streets who otherwise should have been taken from those jails and removed from our country.
Tricia, I want to ask you about the latest on the Minnesota fraud scandal. The Trump administration has now frozen child care funding to Minnesota amid these fraud probes. Governor Walz pushing back on the president's claims. This is an ex post on Wednesday. He said this: while Minnesota's been combating fraud, the president's been letting fraudsters out of jail. Trump's using an issue he doesn't give a damn about as an excuse to hurt working Minnesotans. Meanwhile, President Trump says this on the Minnesota fraud. Listen.
Can you imagine they stole $18 billion? That's just what we're learning about. That's peanuts. In California is worse, Illinois is worse, and sadly New York is worse. A lot of other places. So we're going to get to the bottom of all of it. It was a giant scam. Other than that, we're going to have a great new year.
The president vowing to get to the bottom of this fraud. Will that happen?
Oh, absolutely. It is all hands on deck in the Trump administration. We have hundreds of Homeland Security investigators on the ground in Minneapolis as we speak, and more coming. You've seen action from HHS, from the SBA, from the Treasury Department, and you're going to continue to see more and more of that. But the fact of the matter is, Tim Walz was either complicit or completely buried his head in the sand. If he knew that there was crime and fraud this rampant, he should be welcoming the Trump administration, calling on the FBI, calling on Homeland Security investigators to come in and investigate. Instead, he's making it politics as usual, and it's really looking like he's bowing to that voting bloc and putting politics ahead of the fact that they are stealing likely from the U.S. taxpayer here in Minneapolis.
Tricia, always good to get you on the program. Thank you so much.
Sandra, thank you for having me.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.